So we'll pick the next one, which comes in Rudro Bahushira Bhabrur Vishvayoni Shuchishrawaha Amrita Shashvatasthanur Vararoho Mahatapaha. Vishvayoni, one who is the cause of the universe. Modern science believes that something cannot come out of nothing. This universe must have come from something. It could not have originated on its own. Upanishads say that this universe was projected by Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the cause. The universe is the effect. He is both the efficient cause, as the nimitta karana, and the material cause, the upadana karana. Take the next one, which is Suchishravaha, one whose name and glory purify the heart, one who has ears everywhere. Suchi means clean or pure, and Shrava means name. Lord Vishnu, by hearing whose name the devotees become purified, is called Suchishravaha. Suchishrava also means one who has nice ears. All the ears in the world belong to Lord Vishnu. In fact, Lord Krishna is described in the Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga of Bhagavad Gita, which is in chapter 13, shloka 14, as Sarvatas Srutimat. He has ears everywhere. He can hear everything addressed to him. Amrita, one who is immortal. Any entity in the space-time dimension is subject to birth and death. Lord Vishnu is beyond the space-time dimension. He is beyond death and birth. He is immortal and eternal. Amrita also means liberation. Attaining the Lord is liberation. Attaining the Lord means attaining knowledge about the Lord. The Lord is the Supreme Self. We'll pick up Vishvayoni for our deeper study today. Yoni, the birthplace of the universe. Friends, when we meet someone in a party or an event, or a stranger if you will, there is a curiosity element in us that makes us want to know the person we are meeting a little deeply. So we tend to ask some prosaic questions of who are you? Where are you from? So when such similar curiosity questions are asked about the Lord, the answer we are getting to understand the capacities of the Lord here is this. Who are you? I am the very source of this whole universe. So we get more curious and ask the next question. Oh really? You are the source of the universe? So where are you from? You sure must have the support of some big family. What is your lineage? Who is your father? To understand and appreciate the response to such worldly questions that are asked with a desire to know the person deeper, let us take help from the Bhagavad Gita. To our study group, a reminder that both the Bhagavad Gita and the Vishnusahasranama are introduced to humanity in the Mahabharata epic. The real name of Mahabharata, when authored by Vedavyasa, was called Jaya. Vijaya is victory. Jaya too is victory. Vijaya is victory over the outside world, and Jaya is the victory over ourselves. This is where the initial shloka that we recite reads as Tato Jayam Udirayet, meaning, so here we are to study and contemplate on Jaya, which is the real name of Mahabharata. Yes, today we are attempting to appreciate and understand the name Yonihi with the curious question, who are you? Where are you from? With an intent to know the name deeply. So I shall borrow this shloka from Bhagavad Gita, which comes in chapter 7, shloka 19. Like before, I shall recite the shloka and you can repeat after. This will make our learning more enjoyable. So the Gita shloka goes as, so I shall pause at each word. So we'll attempt. Pita aham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara rik sama yajur evacha pitamaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara riksama yajurevacha. So that's the sloka. So pitamaham asya jagato, I am the father of this verily universe. Okay, so if you are the father, then who is your mother? No, just not that. Who is your father? Who are your providers? Are very earthly questions each of us would ask. Now, what is the response to such curious questions we would ask? The answer is Mata Dhata Pitamaha. Not just that I am also, right? It said not just that I am the father of the universe, but I am also the Mata, the mother, Dhata, the provider, as well as the Pitamaha, which is the grandfather. Meaning, I am my own father, is what is said here. So such similar that you have no further lineage upwards are termed in the Vedic literature as Swayambhu. They have come out of themselves, or their origin is themselves. Earlier, sometime I think during 2021 or so, the Astronomical Society here in Canada had hosted a talk few years ago on how are stars born. Sun, the very sun of ours too, is a star. So the topic there was, how was sun born? It illustrated a magical dance of the universe where something came out of nothing. Now, in contrary to that Astronomical Society presentation, in the argument, the Vedic literature holds that for something to come forth, there has to be something material. Only nothing can come out of nothing. Today's cosmology makes an argument that it all came off a big bang, a singularity of source. The presentation made by the Astronomical Society was that the material source of the star formation was a gaseous material. So the modern cosmology identified the material source as this gaseous material. The Indian cosmology, however, went a step deeper by asking the question, where did that gaseous material come from? And discover, as they went deeper and deeper, that behind all that material source was a body of consciousness, or as they called it, Sakshi, or witness. They further concluded that such Sakshi, that is behind the universe, also pervades the universe. This discovery of the Indian cosmology is illustrated in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the biggest of all the Upanishads, with a beautiful analogy of a spider and the spider web, where the illustration is that the universe has come from the Lord like the spider web comes from the very spider, and then the Lord pervades the universe like a spider that is seated within the web that it has woven. It also further goes on to say, while other beings can be caught inside the spider web, the spider by itself is not caught in the web. Finally, that spider web goes back into the very spider that it came from, or the universe that has come forth from the Lord digests and goes back into him. And we did, in our previous studies, go into some of the modern cosmology, where it was illustrated how the universe is both expanding and contracting, and the sense of the black hole or the singularity as it was demonstrated in those discussions that we had some months ago. So here we have Yoni, the father and the mother of the universe, that consciousness from which the universe has emanated and also has manifested itself in all of the universe and within us too as the Aathman. A fair experience of such is where we had earlier classes dwelled on the Anandamaya Kosha, the source of happiness that is within all of us. So in summary, friends, we borrowed modern cosmology and ideas of Big Bang as the source of universe. We borrowed from Bhagavad Gita, where the Lord introduces as the father, the mother, and the grandfather. We also saw the illustration of the coming and going of the universe like a spider web, and the very spider from where the web emanates. Let us finally borrow from one more source, the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Where it says, Yasmin idam yataschedam, yenedam ya idam swayam, yam smat parasmacha, parastam prapadde swayam bhuvam. In whom is this universe? From whom is this universe? And by whom is this universe? Who himself is this universe, who is beyond the familiar world of effect and the unfamiliar world of cause. In that self-existent reality do I take refuge. With that inspiring hymn, where we appreciated that Yoni as the very source of universe, which is seated within each of us as the Aathman. This is frequently cited as Aatma Bala, or the Aatma Shakti, or the strength within. The strength within is higher than any other strength in the human. Now let us meditate to be bestowed with the Ichha Shakti, the willpower, the Kriya Shakti, the ability to translate that will into fruitful actions. Let us go into our meditation.